Now going over to the Culture Pride podcast, you have Jack Black, also known as Bowser, endorsing Biden in a viral video, getting about a 50% approval rating and 50% roast, as most things that bleed into politics. In the United States, it's usually about a 50-50 split. Well, with the exception of approval ratings for the U.S. president right now, Biden is historically at an all-time low, though again, there are still plenty of months before the election. Now, this is actually coming from the Biden Wins X Twitter account. Now, I don't know if this is a real account. I do follow it because I want to gain as much perspective and gain. I don't like echo chambers, so I want to try to gain different perspectives and opinions. And hilariously, I'm not sure if they did this on purpose, but an account on Twitter, or X, known as Biden's Wins, has a picture of Joe Biden walking down the stairs of an airplane, and he historically has fallen up the stairs multiple times, which I didn't think was possible, but he's managed to achieve that interesting, not an accolade, more like a blunder, more accurately put. So it's funny they use that as a pro-prop picture. Now, they say, breaking, Jack Black just delivered the strongest endorsement of the President Biden this cycle, and in the process, he'll absolutely demolishes Donald Trump. Retweet so that all Americans see this. I definitely agree. They should retweet this. Every American should see this. Because, interestingly enough, hilarious, Jack Black, for those who are just listening, they won't see him visually, he's wearing, overalls? They're in the overalls in the pattern of the American flag, which ironically, Democrats have acquiesced and said, oh no, that's an evil flag, we don't like it. Not all, but on average, it is fascinating to see the percentage of Americans who are Republican who say the United States flag is good and they have it, and then Democrats who less and less actually agree with that flag and they want alternatives. So even that has become divisive in the past, 4 or 8 years, or even longer than that. So it is hilarious that he's wearing that overalls that many would argue do not represent what currently is the Democratic Party. Now, of course, he's also wearing a T-shirt with the Biden 2024, and it's like a cartoon, and Biden has laser eyes in that, which, again, they're kind of, maybe they're leaning into the meme, because a lot of people like the caricature or the name of Joe Biden, a Dark Brandon. That's a popular, and actually, this is actually also reposted by the Biden-Harris HQ. How many views did it get there, I wonder?
My manager.
I've got 700, about 700. Got a lot more here. So got 2.4 million views, and it is a little painful, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it might hurt your earballs a little bit, but we'll get through it together. And yeah, it's about minute 47. I usually say that your voice is infinitely better than mine. Yeah, that's probably the case this time as well. But without too much further ado, go ahead and I'll maximize that for the screen. I'll play that right here.
A few days ago, my manager called me and said George Clooney and Julia Roberts wanted me to help out the president and speak here tonight. And I said, I am in. When and where? And thank you. And then they said, Jack, we know how busy you are. You don't have time. Look at all the other events that are happening tonight that you already turned down. MC at the Fliegelman Bat Mitzvah. The opening of the new Jack in the Box in Oxnard. Judge at the 2nd Annual Imperial Valley Avocado Festival. You don't see that on Meryl Streep's resume. I said, I know I turned them down, but my president needs me. Thank you. And then they hit me with the big one. They said, Jack, you can't go. You have nothing to wear. Your good suit is in the cleaners. Well, were they wrong? Because I had this to wear. My kick-ass American flag overalls. Most patriotic outfit of all times.
If he wanted to be more representative, he should have worn the Ukrainian flag overalls. Since that's where we spent, what was it, over $150 billion lately?
That shut him up. There wasn't much they could say after that. And when the president wins in November... I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a sweet shout out in his victory speech for what I gave up to be here. Because when democracy is at stake, Jack Black answers the call. Mr. President, you're welcome. That's not the president. That's not Judge. It's a random dude. But I thought it would look better if I talked right to a guy.
Wow. But that's always a cliche term for Democrats, and it's worked historically speaking.
A few days ago,
just saying democracy's at stake, almost like they're saying the quiet part out loud, but they seem to do that every time. Nevertheless, they got 2.4 million views and 53,000 likes. Now, will this help him sell more tickets at box office? Probably not, because again, with media, on average, unless you're a political show or more politically inclined, usually you want 100% market share. It's not realistic unless you're someone like Microsoft or maybe Apple someday, but on average, you probably want to make comments that aren't controversial and that have the possibility of alienating half the prospective clients out there. Now, that being said, this will help him fit in with Hollywood. He will probably get cast in more roles because of this. So is this a good move for his career in that regard? That's another thing to be taken into account. I'm fast. We have seen less celebrity endorsements this time around with Biden. Most famous, or one of the most recent ones, Dwayne the Rock Johnson said, or him and I forgot Taylor Swift already endorsed him. Taylor Swift, who made her whole career about picking the wrong guy, she also endorsed Biden in 2020. Now I know the Rock, Dwayne, whatever the Rock Johnson is, he really famously did a whole speech about how saying great Kamala and Biden were in 2020. And then, now a couple of months ago, he said, no, he's not going to endorse them again. And one of the first comments comes from Mark Hamill saying like, because recently X Twitter hid the likes. I got 1.7 thousand likes. What says Fox says, so why would I take political advice from an actor getting 2,000 likes? Which, yes, precisely. I never understood, personally, Hollywood endorsements of politics or even products. The only thing I could possibly fathom in terms of like an actor or an actress having an endorsement of a product that would make sense if they said, hey, I use this acting coach, you should buy lessons from them. To me, that would make sense. And if they're a good actor or actress, they'd probably be able to sell you on the idea of buying that coach. But I'll never understand, like, a lot of Americans do worship celebrities and they'll listen to them. But I think the first celebrity endorsement I remember when I was a kid, I remember there's a commercial with Ashton Kutcher holding a Nikon camera, and I thought it was the dumbest thing on the planet. It was a commercial for like the newest lens and all the stuff that they have, and I just wondered, like, this guy's known for, well, Iowa, because he's from Iowa, go Hawks, and he's known for acting. And let's be honest, that '70s Show, again, he's had some great movies, but he's known for being behind the camera. It's like, to me, that's just stupid. But again, I know it does work for millions of Americans. Elon made me join says, who? Seriously, who does anyone care? And why are people being influenced by who they vote for by rich, privileged, and living very comfortable environment actors? They don't pay bills and feel inflation like the 90% of the population, getting 2.1 thousand likes. Travis Matthews says, my president needs me. Jack Black, Blue Heart, American Flag, getting 884 likes. Steve David, Ukrainian flag, Slava, Ukraine, says, let's see what this guy says. Well, he's an epitome of cool as Jack Black dancing, got 217 likes. The right is still right, says 2009, before they needed replacement voters. This is Chuck Schumer.
People who enter the United States without our permission are illegal aliens, and illegal aliens should not be treated the same as people who entered the U.S. legally.
Yeah, they changed their tune very quickly. All of a sudden, got 550 likes for that. Keith Ainsworth said, you're banking on Nacho Libre saving the day, getting 154 likes. Here. Sheepdog Society says, I always follow the words of millionaires that don't feel the brunt of Joe Biden's inflation. Yeah, while they stay rich and the rest of us go poor, it's always good to know that they endorse the man making everyone poor. Getting 125 likes. So Chamber says, that was funny, still voting Trump, still love Jack Black, getting 437 likes. T-Pain, though spelled T-E-A, and he says, damn, Jack Black is the man, getting 1,000 likes. Let's see here. Base Chef says, what a tool bag, and there's a bunch of trash. It says, oh look, celebrity opinions, getting 935 likes. No, I'm No Angel says, you're going to need more than Jack Black, and it says, it's a screenshot from Fox News saying Joe Biden's approval rating. That was June 6th to June 10th, 2024. A poll by Marymount University, not seeing says plus or minus, was it 3.8%, not seeing a sample size, but it says Joe Biden's job approval rating, approve at 38%, disapprove at 58%. Here. Then you see Bidenomics, you have overall inflation increased 19.3%, food up 21.2%, all shelter costs increased 21.4%, all energy costs increased by 35.6%. That infographic got 398 likes. Leia Meme says Jack promoted the clot shots. No surprise he's to see him simp for Biden once again, getting 418 likes. Going down more and more. Let's see. Miss Francesca says no one really cares what Shao Hal thinks. And someone looking in dumpster says, hey, look, celebrity opinions, getting 1,000 likes. To here. Way back in time, says actor Jack Black, killing it with some Led Zeppelin / Dave Grohl and many more. Getting 72 likes. Oh, what was that? Nick says, I see overweight gay man getting 700 likes. See. Here's a positive statement. Armand Health says, no one does it better. Light as a feather, Jack Black, and no lack of support. Drop a heart. If you enjoy My Men Biden and Black Joe and Jack, you guessed it, they have the same initials. Like President Biden, there's no one like Jack Black. I guess there's no one like him. All right, that's got 58 likes. Stacy Buffer says Jack Black has Biden's back. Of course, she has flags in her profile of Canada, Ukraine, and a sunflower. Getting 31 likes. Let's see. Brando says, what are Republicans going to do without the support of Nacho Libre? Getting 63 likes. Let's see. Another contrarian statement. Christian Piles, who says, you guys are the real heroes. American flag, gay flag. Says, thank God we got all of Hollywood endorsing Biden because Trump cannot be allowed to win. Trump loses this November and he's done. There'll be nothing he can do. And he will have the full force of the law coming down on him with no Republicans to protect him. Getting 89 likes. See here. JTT says the trouble with MAGA is that all talented and thoughtful people in Hollywood are pro-democracy. Watching Kid Rock videos from the 90s and Midnight Cowboy on an endless loop might get boring. Getting 2 likes. Oh, the irony. So, say probably about 50-50 split in terms of people who appreciate Jack Black. Well, maybe about 60% disapprove. People who think Jack Black is great. But I don't know. Will this really move the needle? I mean, historically speaking, Democrats get a lot of votes because, again, Hollywood is very much populated by leftists. A lot of Americans worship celebrities. So we're seeing more and more opinions come out where people are starting to ask, why do we really care about this? You're just a celebrity. You're not that special. You're just in front of a camera. So will that be a great influence on this upcoming election? In the past, it's been a heavy contributing factor. But let me know in the comments, because as always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.